All right. What's up, world? I'm Chopper J, the Forbidden Assassin, and um, coming to you live. Today, I'm going to be working on BDL Clutches on a 2001 custom softail. Got a RevTech 100 with the RevTech 6 speed. Um, Now, I've already disassembled these. I don't know why my head's so dang big. Um, I already disassembled them, but I put them back uh, so I could show y'all how to do them basically. And I'll be installing them as well in this session. Um, and then we'll be doing a few more things on the bike. Oh, this thing's so damn hard. It's like I can't shrink it. Um, anyway, it's a 2001 Softail Custom. Sorry about that. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Oh, that's way too close. Yeah, wow. That's insane. But you're not going to be able to see it because I can't get this thing to do right. Um, anyway, this bike was in the Biker Build Off uh, season 1, the 11th episode. Um, so yeah, and then after that, we're going to do a shifting linkage, and we're going to do. Let's see, we're going to change out shifting linkage to a custom shifting linkage, and we're going to change out mirrors. We're going to chop the rear fender. And install a tire and rim whenever it gets back. Um, and yeah, so this is what we're going to do today is going to do the clutches on the BDL, open drive primary. So here we go. I'll try to not get in y'all's way, but like I said, I've already disinstalled it and that's kind of put it back together so you can see how it goes. So most of your BDLs, they're going to have the hub exposed on the clutch side. Some of them might have a cover on it. You just remove the cover. Now remember, this is for dry clutch only, not wet clutch. So basically, you're gonna remember how your bike has it set up here, because like these are, you skip every other hole and install, but some people go two, skip one, two, skip one, or two, skip, um, and then some people go three springs, skip a hole, three springs, skip a hole. People just like running different setups. Um, the more springs you add, the tighter the harder the clutch is going to be. But anyway, we're going to remove these here. I always try to remember the position I have them. So when I take them out, I put them in an order that I know they'll go um, back in. So these take an Allen wrench. Um, Oh, and before we get to that part, let me go on and show you. So you got your clutch cable, and basically you're just going to take the tension out of your clutch cable, remove the little rubber sleeve, and then you're going to have two jam nuts on it, loosen them up, take it all the way into where your clutch lever literally slaps the handle grip, and there's no tension on it whatsoever. Then you're going to take an Allen wrench, and you're going to take a wrench, and I believe this one is uh, 11/16. So you're going to put it in here like that, take your Allen wrench, and then you're going to break this jam nut, this clutch nut. You're going to break it loose. You're going to back out your Allen wrench or your center all thread here. You're going to back that out until that clutch lever literally there's no tension on it at all. You can just slap it back and forth, and it'll hit your hand grip. So once you get your tension off there, then start taking your spring nuts. But when you take your spring nuts, so the way I do it is I go every other one in a sequence. That way it don't put it in a bind or anything. Um, taking it off. So, which, like I said, I already loosened all this up. I figure I'd save y'all a little headache and slow process. So, um, once you get your hub or your inner or your outer out, that's what that looks like on the inside. Now, this was all black, where the guy literally, I don't see how this bike. The only thing, the reason why this bike was still rolling, there wasn't no fibers left. It was all melted. But from the gunk and the gum that got in between the friction plates and the steels, that's the only thing I could figure out why this thing was still rolling like it was. So we're going to set that over here off to the side. Um, Now, whenever it comes to your fibers and your steels, the best way I found to get these out, hands down, is um, 2 magnets if you got them. You can use one, but you're going to work it all the way around. And then I got 2 hooks. And the pick and hook set, I think I gave like $3 for them up at Harbor Freight. No one sponsors me. I ain't got no sponsors or nothing like that, so I'm not trying to give props to no one, although I give it where it's due. But they're inexpensive at Harbor Freight, and they do just as good as any other ones. So what I do is I'll go them in on each side, and I'll just kind of work the fibers out and the steels. Now these are the fibers on this, and so I just literally was able to pull that out. And I'll set it off to the side here, and now I'll grab my magnets and I'll do the steels. And you just kind of let it stick in there, and you pull the steels out. And another fiber. So, and they'll be staggered like that: steel fiber, steel fiber, steel fiber. Actually, I think it'll start with. Well, I'll show you when I put them in what it starts with. Something else. I was surprised this bike rolled. You know what I mean? Because them clutches, they were just toast. It was they were pretty bad. The owner just left here. I just wanted to get his opinion, make sure he's good with everything I'm doing. Um, make sure the customer's happy. Okay, so after that, we're clean up your outer, and then I'm going to clean up my inner. And let me grab my solution. Can go back over here. So the next few videos I'll be doing will be on this bike here, and then also a custom trike that I built. I went with the wider fender, and I plan on. I gotta make a bracket for the new fender because the new one's like double the size of what the original was. And I'm putting new turn signals on it as well. I'll do a video on that. And then Friday or Saturday or sometime, hopefully by this weekend, we'll be back on the vet, and we'll be doing the valve lash on it, putting on the intake, putting the distributor in, and timing it and everything, getting it running. So for all of y'all that's been waiting on that video, it's coming. Just please be patient. I've had a lot going on. The guy that's helping me work on the bed, he's had a lot going on as far as real work, real life shit. So please be patient on that, and we'll definitely get that up hopefully by this weekend with Robbie Rob, the Robster. Hell of a mechanic he is, especially when it comes to cars. I'm grabbing me some gloves. Because this is the nasty part of this job. And I hope you can still see what I got going on. Okay. I just hit the camera. That's why I was wondering. I'm hoping I'm not in y'all's way too much. Um, I ain't got my camera set up yet, but I plan on setting my stuff up a little bit better than what it is. So I'll try to anyway. Right now, I'm just doing it off my phone. And I got this little stand that I rigged together that it's working. So that's all that matters. Although I need to figure out why it's so zoomed in like it is, but I guess that's good so you can see what we got going on here in the clutches. Now if you was doing a wet clutch, this would all be enclosed and it'd have a little drain plug on the bottom side of your your primary. It'd be actually on your uh, outer. There'll be a little drain plug. You drain that. Um, Pull your cover off. I won't get into that. I will do a wet clutch for you all though in the future. That way you can see how they're done as well. I like dry clutches. They're a lot easier to mess with. Matter of fact, all my bikes except for my '78. Actually, it's my nephew. I'm giving it to him. It used to belong to his dad, but '78 Ironhead. I think it's all original. So on that, and it's wet clutch. That's the only wet clutch I believe I got though. And then I also had a guy. His bike was in a house fire, and it's a custom build. And I think he's going to have me tear it down and rebuild it. But when I do it, parts will be going to powder coat and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting build. Um, all right, so we're at this point now. What we're going to do is clean this hub up a little bit. It's that the way. Magnet strong on that bad boy. So I'm just going to use some gum out. I hate wasting this stuff, but actually I might try this brake parts cleaner first. I'll just shut the ding straw somewhere. Oh, there it is. All right. So basically, from where he burned his clutches up, debris and being open primary debris got into the basket. So I want to clean the basket up basically just a little bit. What I'm going to do now. Like I said, it was pretty nasty, pretty gummed up. Whoever was getting on it showed it no mercy. They wanted to see what it'd do. Yes, I don't know. When he first brought it to me, he didn't have nothing. It was barely moving. I was gonna put new clutches back in, but he wanted to try to get the rest of the way through the riding season, so I was able to adjust them out. Um, but yeah, it's something else. And the clutches he went with were they're performance clutches. They're made in the USA, Altos. Um, yeah, shit coming out of there. feeling where it's melted to it. That's pretty bad. Now, I was going to have all this done so you didn't have to watch the boring part here. That's why I went on and did the outer, loosened everything up. Um, so in a normal clutch setup, you should have like 7 fibers and 7 steels. Some kits will have a little bit more. Um, I've never seen less that I could think of um, on the BDL anyway. And it was melted so bad that some of the steels were melted to the fibers, and that, like, yeah, it was pretty bad. Um, Sorry about the slow part here. That has to be done. I should have went on and did it before I started the video, but it's already late in the evening. I was hoping to have this video done a long time ago, but I had friends stop by, and anyway, enough for excuses. Um, and then tomorrow, I'm hoping I'll be out here and I'll do the shifting linkage, the mirrors, probably tomorrow. It's supposed to be warm again, so that's my drawback. I got to work when it's warm. I got a little heater going, but it don't do much. And for having the Renaults and the cold effects, that I'm limited, which it worked. It's all right. Just want to make sure if you're good and clean. Lucky he didn't hurt his clutch hub. I don't see no cracks or nothing. Take a lot to crack one. I'll install the clutches. Most all your clutches, wet and dry, are pretty much similar. Except like when you do your wet clutches, you want to soak them before installation. Yeah, yeah. One more spray out. And give that a second to dry, which it should pretty quick. Uh, Fresh rag. All right, so we're ready to install the clutches at this point. So in your clutches, you'll have 7 fibers, which these clutches are a little different setup. So you got your fibers, and then you got your steels. Now, when you're looking at your steels, you'll have 7 fibers and 7 steels on this setup here. So on your steels, one of your steels is going to be thicker than all the other steels. And I'll show you right here. So see the difference in the thickness. I don't know if you can tell, but so you'll have one really thick one out of all of them. You want to put that in first, maybe, maybe. Slide it all the way back, and then from there you're gonna go. So you got your steel first, and then um, you're gonna go fiber, and then steel, and just keep alternating them like that. For regular with the steel, see steel, fiber, and there's only one way these go in because on the like on the steels it's got the teeth, and then on the fibers it's got the dog ears, what I call the dog ears, the round part. Um, so it's pretty simple process. Steel, another steel, a fiber, another steel, maybe. All right, there we go. Another fiber, steel, fiber, steel, oh, and then another fiber. This is number 7 fiber. And then last but not least, you got steel. That don't make no sense. I thought it was in the on fiber. On a fiber. She got a blue sky. Steel fiber, steel fiber, steel fiber, steel fiber, steel fiber. And they put, for some reason, 2 steels together. It don't make a lot of sense to me. Wonder why they did that. Oh, that's right. He was short. So something else I noticed they did with his clutches is for some reason they didn't run them all in there. He only had one, two, three, four, five, 6 fibers and 6 steels. It's like he was missing a fiber and a steel or something. Forgot about that. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Steel, maybe. And then we're just going to put our little hub back on here, outer hub. And then basically reinstall your springs. And then whenever you go to adjust your clutch, the way I do it, the best way I found to do it, and some clutches will have witness marks on it. I checked this, ain't got none. I was surprised that it didn't have none. Um, so what I'll do here is I'll go every other one, especially when you're tightening it. Definitely, do a cross, kind of like you're doing a car tire. Just do like a cross pattern. Um, Now, when I first started, I'll put one on one, and then I'll count. Usually, I just got them sitting in there. Um, but I'll come straight across, which this is a 6 spring setup, so that way it kind of keeps it all in sync. You notice I'm not tightening up that center one; it's just in there. Um, like I said, some people run their springs different to get more tighter clutch or stronger clutch or whatever. Uh, it just depends. Some will run 3 in a row without skipping. Some will run 2. It's just a matter of how your setup's done. Got that. Then I can get these 2. Now, a lot of times, what I do, being a 6 like this, I'm gonna take my top and my bottom, and I'm gonna run them in first. I'm just gonna snug them up, right? Not run them all the way in, torquing them or nothing. A little bit at a time. That way, it goes on evenly. Gives it applies even pressure. Um, I just go cross patterns. I like that. Trying to stay out of y'all's way where you can see what the hell's going on. Um, Depending on what setup you have, it could be a different uh, torque pattern or whatever. All right. All right, and then here's where your clutch is going to come in. So this screw here, your center screw on this with the jam nut, um, you just basically will run it in until you see the lever start to move. Like mine's starting to move now. The way I've always done it, I'll usually run this center nut literally all the way in until you feel a tension point. Oh, maybe. Uh, and it has a stopping point, and then you just back it off a quarter of a turn. For some reason. But I'm not to that point because I need to tend to them. So that's basically it. That's the installation of a set of clutches on a BDL. Um, 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 that's pretty much all there is to it. I appreciate you watching and viewing, and if you ain't subscribed to my channel, please do. My content's, now that I'm kind of officially retired, um, medically officially retired. I'm going to try and do more videos. Like I said, I've got a bunch more stuff to do on this bike, and I'll probably get a video out tomorrow on it. And then I got the trike. I got another trike over here I'm building. I got a shovel head that I'm changing out the exhaust on. A custom softail shovel head I built. And then we got the Corvette coming up. And then I think Rob, we're going to start a channel. And when we do, I'll give you the link. But we're going to do like cars, trucks, and then motorcycles. One week we might do bikes. The other week we might do cars. The other week we might be doing trucks. Um, Everything from regular pickup trucks to diesel. Um, so I definitely appreciate y'all viewing. Um, and y'all have a blessed night. And Merry Christmas to all of you. Hope you get everything you want. Um, for Christmas, and y'all have a blessed day and a happy New Year. And I'll figure this thing phone out why it's giving me such a close up on this stuff. And if I can figure out how to get out of it, I'll be good. Are you kidding me?